Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future.
Headlines across Africa.
You are welcome to Headlines Across Africa for today, 7th December 2023. I am Mary Ejapoma Kisi. In the headlines, United States announces restriction of visas for Ugandans who enforce anti-LGBT+ law. Mali and Niger denounce double taxation agreements with France. And Ivory Coast is all set now to host 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. The United States has announced that it will refuse to grant visas to Ugandan officials who enforce anti-homosexuality law enacted in the East African country in May that includes penalties up to and including the death penalty. According to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the measure would apply to Ugandan officials, both serving and former, and their family members if they are found to have played a role in the repression of members of marginalized or vulnerable populations, which include environmental defenders, human rights defenders, journalists, LGBTQI+ people, and leaders of civil organizations, among others. Uganda, on the other hand, has firmly criticized United States' decision, interpreting it as an attempt by Washington to enforce an LGBT agenda in Africa. Henry Okello Oryem, State Minister for Foreign Affairs of Uganda, insisted that his country would not backtrack on the adoption of its bill. The military regimes of Mali and Niger has announced in a joint statement that they were denouncing their double taxation agreement with France, continuing the separating of ties with Paris and their tightening of their relations. According to the statement, France's attitude against their state causes a considerable loss of revenue for them. They add that the agreement will expire within 3 months. The agreements cover personal and corporate income tax, inheritance tax, and registration duties. This denunciation is the latest act in the unraveling of Mali's and Niger's ties with France since the military seized power in Bamako in 2020 and Niamey in 2023. Sporting authorities in Ivory Coast say all is now set for the country to host the AFCON 2023 tournament in January as they present recently renovated stadiums. The tournament will be held from January 13 to February 11, 2024, where 24 teams will battle for the title. According to Francois Albert Amichia, president of Ivorian Organizing Committee for the African Cup of Nations, the committee's mission is first and foremost to organize and deliver the operations and infrastructure needed to ensure the success of AFCON 2023, to unite the general public and the nation's economic forces around this major event and to build a legacy in terms of services and infrastructure for sports and the people of Côte d'Ivoire. President of the Ivorian Football Federation, Yassine Idriss Diallo, says all necessary measures will be taken to ensure security and quality of life in the city of Abidjan and make sure that all foreigners appreciate it. The tournament with 52 matches will be held in 5 cities: Abidjan, Yamoussoukro, Bouaké, San Pedro, and Kohogo, with fan zones in each host city. And that's it for Headlines Across Africa for today, 7th December 2023. We'll come your way tomorrow with more news right here on Africa Global Radio. I am Mary Ejapoma Kisi.
For this and more, check us out on africaglobalradio.com. On Facebook and YouTube, Africa Global Radio. On Twitter and Instagram, AF Global Radio.